Welcome to tonight's NXT in preview to the Great American Bash this coming next Saturday in Atlanta from Center Stage. Last week, Luca Crucifino accidentally cost Tony D'Angelo the Heritage Cup. And it looks like the final nail in the coffin of the D'Angelo family. Ricky Saints is now hell-bent on going after the North American title, but Ethan Page will do anything to keep it away from him. We also have the big question: who's going to the Bash? As both Yoshiki Inamura and Jasper Troy have made the case that they want the NXT title. Also, Javon Evans defeated Tavion Heights. As a result, Heights was forced to stay with the no-quarter catch crew. Sorry for the misinterpretation on the start time of this show, folks. Unfortunately, I was in such a rush when I got home from Pigeon Forge this past Sunday that I forgot to set it for Tuesday, not last night. Also, Josh Briggs retained against Trick Williams retained the TNA title against Josh Briggs, only to be met by Joe Hendry, attacked by Joe Hendry. Joe Hendry was invoking his rematch clause for Slammiversary on July 20th. However, at fan protests and up demand, the main event of Slammiversary has now been turned into a triple threat match between Trick Williams, Joe Hendry, and Mike Santana. Also, Jordynne Grace defeated Lash legend Izzy Dane and Jada Parker to gain the NXT Women's title shot at Evolution and against JC Jane. And for those wondering if I'm going to get pissed off by a Met screw-up tonight, don't worry. Tonight's game between the Mets and the Brewers, as well as the games between San Diego and Philadelphia and Detroit and Washington, all got washed out tonight. So I'm going to be as cool as a cucumber outside of what I have to deal with tonight. Outside of what's going to happen in the ring tonight. Fuck that trick. Fuck that trick. And for those wondering what my opinion was of the event in Pigeon Forge I went to this past weekend, it sucked. Kevin Sorbo has no foresight or aptitude when it comes to playing a con. He's just like Hercules. Big on brawn, short on brain. As the con itself was more catered to an older demographic, put faith over fandom, had few to no activities, very little to no physical sustenance, and it was in the heart of the town, right on the outskirts of a litany of distractions. And we kick it off with Wes Lee with High Rise. Paris and Tokyo, America, Scotland, and Canada, and Mexico. They say, I believe in Joe Hendry. I believe in Joe Hendry. Wave your hands from side to side and sing. From side to side and sing. For Hendry, this is all about setup for the rematch at Slammiversary. He got chipped out of the TNA World title May 25th at Battleground. Can the prestigious one redeem himself? Well, the first step to that redemption is to get through Wes Lee tonight.
This environment undermines true medical practice.
Collar and elbow.
Doctors are coerced into prioritizing
Wrist lock by Hendry.
Over individualized.
And yeah, thunderstorm watch for my area has been announced by the WCCB Weather Storm Weather Team. Oh, it's a warning for.
These same doctors came out and told you, hey, listen, believe me, the vaccines are safe. They had no
Cleveland County, Gaston County, Lincoln County, and York County.
They lied to the people of this country
on both North and South Carolina until 8:30.
Just like it's all falling apart out in California. The California Department of Education, they just received word that billions of dollars appropriated by Congress for the coming school year are being illegally impounded by the Trump administration.
Bullshit.
TikTok responded to this and said, California's Department of Education has repeatedly pushed policies allowing males to invade female spaces and promote DEI, CRT, and LGBTQ propaganda. F around, find out. And the
so what, they're not airing Tuesday episodes anymore?
Individual, Stephen Ireland, he continually targeted J.K. Rowling and said, you know, she was transphobic and whatever she's saying is completely not fake and false. And
Lee in trouble.
Talking about, well, it turns out that that individual, he was jailed for raping a boy of 12. J.K. Rowling said, Stephen Ireland, who targeted me with endless abuse on
me trying to block the suplex,
children,
get free,
protected spaces for women and girls.
Boot to the face of Hendry in the corner. Step up Inzine.
It's always the same, isn't it? Because these
Harris
are groomers.
Sends
they're pedophiles.
Hendry out of the ring.
And every day that passes, everyone can now see the truth. Just like they're seeing the truth about
nice baseball slide, sends Hendry into the table.
Now think about it. And Danny's going around saying that he's going to be creating these big government-owned grocery stores. But it looks like he read the print wrong, and he's trying to take money.
But it's called hilarious after chat and jammering with Trick, and then Hendry stares at Trick.
And it's everything's perfect, and they have a budget, and everything runs smoothly. Well, if you ever look at government agencies, businesses, they're a complete and utter mess. All you got to do is look at the Democratic cities.
Right back.
Democrat states, you can see the truth right there. Tim Carney put this out and said, this is a bit embarrassing. And Danny has a plan for paying for his city-owned grocery stores. He's planning to tap into a $140 million pile of subsidies for corporate grocery stores. But the pile of money doesn't exist. He just misread a government website. Whoops. He's not getting that money. And he keeps saying that he's from a third world nation. He understands the third world. Well, Renew put this out and said, and Danny's mother is a world-famous Academy Award nominated Bollywood director worth tens of millions of dollars. His father is a chaired professor at Columbia. He's in effect a perpetual theater kid who's pretending to be the third world. It's all so performative and stupid. And this is what they do, just like AOC and the rest. They lie to you. They create the illusion of who they really are, and find out the truth.
Okay, so it needs a little more
Now,
work.
what's very interesting is that we know that Trump has been going after Tom Massey, and it looks like Elon now is saying that he'll donate to Representative Tom Massey. And Tom Massey put this out and said, an interesting thing just happened. Elon Musk said, you're awesome. Now, Trump, he put this out on Truth and said, new poll, anybody I endorse beats Tom Massey of Kentucky by 25 points. Get ready. Massey is a very bad guy. So let's see, we have Elon on one side supporting Massey. We have Trump saying that he's going to endorse anybody, and anybody will be able to beat Massey. And what is Elon going to do? He's going to bring all the fake people to his side, and Trump will be able to see the board very, very clearly. Actually, all of us will be able to see the board very, very clearly. But there is an individual that's going to be running against Representative Massey. Nikki Lee Ethington, a nurse who has never sought office, is the sole candidate so far to file a primary challenger to Representative Thomas Massey. And she says that I'm the kind of person that the people of Kentucky are looking for. Let's see how this all plays out. Because Trump's pollster, John McLaughlin, says that 52% of 4th District GOP voters said they would support a Trump-endorsed candidate over Massey. And only 23% said they support Massey. I think right now, Massey is in trouble. And I think we have two sides now. And this is going to be very, very interesting. We have the Trump side, we have the Elon side. But I do believe this is all being done on purpose. Because how do you tell who's truly with you and who truly isn't? Especially the politicians. Because remember, we're going into the midterms. This is very,
And we're
very
back. High Rise basically getting under Joe Hendry's skin.
The D's, they are not for America. How do we know this? Well,
Here comes Wes. Low pace to a C, and you got it.
Percentage who say they are very extremely proud to be an American. In 2001, Democrats said 87% yes, Republicans 90% yes. In 2025, Democrats only 36% say yes. I do believe this number is probably even lower. Republicans 92%. So Republicans went up 2%. Democrats went down 51%. This should tell you everything you need to know right there. Now, what's very interesting is that Trump has been telling everyone, if we go back to April,
they'll repeat flash 1, 2, no.
This is what he put out back in April of 2025. The United States has a chance to do something that should have been done decades ago. Don't be weak, don't be stupid, don't be a panicking.
Flash flood issued for who?
Be strong, courageous,
County.
And greatness will be the result.
Until 2 in the morning.
Decades ago, does that remove the central bank, remove the entrenched enemy? I do believe so. Clandestine responds to this and says, we witnessed Trump deliver a crippling blow to the Panicans, embarrassing them on the world stage with Iran. After we just witnessed the Panicans overreact to the tariff and market dip last month, are you noticing the trend? The Panicans are always wrong. Do you really want to bet against Trump again?
Sides link
must
DT blocked.
The Panicans wrong before they consider Trump might know what he's doing. Flashback to April. Trump told us not to panic. He was right. Very interesting. And with the big, beautiful bill that just passed, we see that there are 3 individuals who are rhinos, Collins, Tillis, Paul. They decided to vote no on the bill. And J.D. Vance, he was the tiebreaker in all of this. And this beautiful bill, this is just the beginning. And what's very interesting, with everything that is going on with Elon, it seems that people believe that Trump's ratings is going to go down.
Ball slam, the freak of nature.
With Elon leaving, Trump is going to be in trouble. Actually, the opposite is happening. Frank Lutz put this out and said, over the weekend, Donald Trump threatened to primary Republicans who vote against the Big Beautiful Bill. Now Elon Musk is threatening to primary Republicans who vote for the Big Beautiful Bill. Rich Barris responds.
Ovation!
Elon has a top.
Wes gets free. Slap.
Trump
Right.
does not. It has outpaced his approval for 3 months now. So think about it. Those individuals that are going with the beautiful bill, Elon.
You want modified standing ovation?
People, they know that the big beautiful bill.
1, 2.
Help.
You son of a bitch!
See this. Think about what they set up already. As we
High Rise puts a foot on the rope.
Midterms, people are going to see the economy improve. They're going to see that, look, my taxes were removed. Look, the economy is improving. Fuel prices are going down. Look, manufacturers are coming back into this country. Look, there are many, many more jobs.
What? Santana! Santana!
As he sells that, wait a minute, the debt is being paid down.
Mr. The NC.
So what's going on here? The people are going to see this. Basically,
standing
all of this up.
Ovation!
Very interesting. With what Trump said, it looks like he's actually speaking to the people. MJ
and Joe Hendry gets the W.
President Trump is literally speaking to anons. Listen to what he says about Elon Musk, and very specifically about how Elon is the most subsidized human in history. Do you ask why? Elon Musk provided big worldwide subsidies. That question, when researching, leads to extraordinary answers. Elite globalist families sought to control the world by militarizing space and holding nations hostage with nuclear weapons. Their plan involved enabling North Korea and Iran to develop nuclear capability to trigger a global conflict, potentially World War III, to destroy the United States.
And both Santana and Hendry stare down trick. UBS Arena, Long Island.
Escalating tensions with Russia sparked this war, while a CIA-controlled North Korea served as a backup plan.
Flamiversary.
The 2010 Uranium One deal, approved by Obama and the U.S. government under Clinton's State Department, allowed Russia's Rosatom to acquire U.S. uranium assets, allegedly supplying uranium to North Korea and Iran. Operation Merlin covertly provided nuclear technology to these nations, and Obama's billions in cash was key, likely funded further development, with funds possibly reaching black site projects to Iran, North Korea, ISIS, likely orchestrated by no-name McCain. SpaceX, Elon Musk, was heavily subsidized by the U.S. government through CIA arrangements via RISV, Traverse Management, ensuring its survival. Obama scaled back NASA to funnel funds to SpaceX, providing advanced rocket technology to North Korea. In return, the CIA gained access to SpaceX Iridium satellites, which likely provided guidance systems for North Korea, ICBMs, allowing the CIA to redirect potential nukes to any target. Like Eric Prince.
Up next is the tag match. Izzy Dame and Tatum Paxley against Sol Luca against Zarya and NXT Women's North American Champ Sol Luca.
Suhal Rizvi tied to SpaceX.
Up next, Tony D'Angelo and Luca Crucifino. We're going to hear from Luca next for his botch during the Heritage Catch match last.
Despite mainstream media claims he'd start World War III, it is highly likely a covert military operation demolished North Korea's nuclear program in a mountain collapse. The cover was earthquake, neutralizing the threat in a clandestine white hat operation to remove North Korea from globalist cabal's chessboard. On 20th of April 2018, the North Korean government announced that it would suspend nuclear tests and shut down the nuclear test site. Trump also exposed massive subsidies, highlighting SpaceX questionable funding. SpaceX was a globalist tool to militarize space with Iridium satellites, enabling North Korea's ICBM tracking, creating a global hostage scenario with globalist elites holding the trigger. The CIA could use these satellites like Amazon Echo devices to manipulate threats, potentially staging an attack to blame Russia. Few question Musk's subsidies, and Trump's remarks about Musk being the most subsidized human in history is a signal that he's exposing the globalist scheme. What I am unsure of in all of this is Elon Musk. Was he willing to participate? Is he Elon 2.0? Was he free? I do believe Trump and Elon pretty much set this up. I do believe Obama was using Elon, and when Elon worked with Trump and they both were together, I do believe they came up with a plan. We go back to post 209. Why did Barack Obama scuttle the shuttle program? What is SpaceX? Expand your thinking. Barack Obama deliberately scaled back NASA in order to subsidize SpaceX, so as to be able to share the most current rocket technology. Obama dismantled the shuttle program so the U.S. military cannot send their satellite weapons equipment into space. SpaceX is private, with its own patent, IP, intellectual property, and receives funds from the government. The government controls a lot of this. The globalists were going to use SpaceX because SpaceX was able to develop these cheap, reusable rockets. And North Korea, well, they would be able to use this. Now, the CIA was controlling
part of the idea.
And this is why this was done. Post 2011, North Korea, SpaceX. So uranium-1 was given to North Korea. That was the uranium that they needed. Provided this, Obama, Hillary Clinton, and the rest. SpaceX was giving them the rocket tech. All of this was to start World War III. Now, if North Korea wasn't going to do it, they had Iran. Remember, they needed somebody. They were trying to start a war with Russia, but I think Putin was a little bit too smart, and he wasn't just going to go all nuclear, because he kept calling out the deep state every time they tried a false flag. So, were they going to use North Korea? Yes, Trump shut that down. Were they going to use Iran? Yes, Trump just shut that down. He's setting it all up because he's actually creating the narrative to go after Obama. And I do believe with all of this, where he's saying that Elon is the most subsidized man, I do believe he's letting everyone know that, yeah, we're going to get rid of his subsidies. And what's very interesting about all this, it seems like they set this up so this way the optics are really good, and
it means people who would
Elon's companies can be cut from the government. But before we get to that, let me go to post.
It means people who are more interested in basically homogenizing a nation into one super, to get rid of homogenizing a country, to basically get rid of national identity, hence globalist.
December 30, 23rd, 2017. 2011 shuttle program terminated by consent. U.S. loses space dominance. Iran deal. North Korea missile tech.
You're welcome, PG-33.
That's private server connected. A lot of dollar signs. A lot of money. Technology.
And now it's time to hear from Luca.
Left eye marker. Symbolism. Put a black eye in their eye. Elon Musk. Evil, stupid justice. So I do believe all of this was done, and I do believe Elon was let go of all of this. So remember when Trump put out that tweet that Elon is the most subsidized individual? That we need to have Doge take a look at Musk's subsidies. Why would you have Doge, which Elon kind of created, all together? What would Doge find out? What would the autists find out? Would they go in and look at what has been going on and bring out the information that shows that his rocket technology was stolen from his company and it was placed on Hillary
It's not Tony.
and transferred to
Or it is.
and North Korea and many other places? How else do you bring out this type of evidence and make it look like it was just fact? Remember, the public, they need to understand all this. It looks like Elon has given Trump a signal to cut all subsidies. This is what Elon responded to Trump. I'm literally saying, cut it all now. And he did cut it all in caps. I do believe that this is all put in place to set up Obama. And to show that Hillary Clinton, Obama, and the rest, they were involved in everything that we're seeing today. Actually, all the dots are going to start to get connected. And you can see the same players, they're panicking right now. Why do you think they're trying to hold on to Iran as best they possibly can? Because they understand what's coming. They understand that now they're screwed. And I do believe in the end, people are going to see the truth. So let's see what Trump does. Let's see the next move right now, because this is going to be very, very interesting. But one thing we know for sure is that the Patriots are in complete and utter control. Listen, everyone, thanks a lot for listening. Be well, be safe, and especially be prepared. Thanks a lot. Turned down and given up everything that I've done up to this point. What a chance! What a chance to be in the WWE. And you know, without a doubt, that I have never done a damn thing to doubt you, Tony. Never. And you know what that is? That's loyalty.
And speak the devil, out comes Stacks, the Heritage Cup champion.
Luca, I gotta say, I wouldn't be standing here, your Heritage Cup champion, if it wasn't for you. So thank you, man. Luca, this is exactly what I'm talking about. This stuff right here. Hey, Luca, shut up. You're not part of this family. This is between me and Tony. Makes sense. This is between me and my constituents.
What the hell? What was that about, Luca? And that was long overdue for Stacks. So he's taking a middle ground approach. He's fed up with the Don, but on the other, not believing him. And on the other hand, he's done with Stacks basically getting in his ear.
To challenge you at the Great American Bash for your NXT Championship. So, do you have any predictions or preference on who you face?
Well, I can see why the WWE Universe has warmed up to Yoshiki Inamura in such a short amount of time. I just want to see if he has the grit and the tenacity to get past Jasper Troy, because Jasper is very hungry. And you might think that as a champion, I just want to see them destroy each other so that the challenge can be easy at the Great American Bash. But no, that's not it. I want to see. I'll show you grit. I'll show you tenacity. I'm hungry for the biggest test. George, why don't you tell your boy to be ready? Because amidst all the chaos here on NXT, championships changing hands, there's one constant, and that is Oba Femi. Remind yourself, I am not the hunted, I am the hunter. And the bigger name I put down, the more prestigious my reign becomes. So, I'll be seeing the winner very soon. He won't be making them see at the bash.
Up next, it's Lexis King versus Myles Borne. Double go to the Coots.
Special
at the new movie, Jurassic World Rebirth. Survival is a long shot. In theaters Wednesday.
People told us they had stuffed crust pizza from Domino's before. Only Domino's has never had stuffed crust before. Or the pizza. Until now. Introducing Domino's new and first ever stuffed crust pizza. Try one for the first time tonight. Creamy, greasy mix with Dawn Platinum. And not even shredding. Love my feathers. It cuts through the slimy stuff better than rolled dish soap. Removing 99% of grease. That's firmly gone. It's trusted to save wildlife. Online at Southern Nature University.
It's possible to pursue things and still earn education.
From all over the country. Massachusetts.
See?
Visit SNHU.edu. Did you ruin the project? No, it's not. Oh, it's nothing. We've got new bounty. Bounty is 2 times more absorbent, so you can use less, and it holds up better even when wet. One sheet keeps working while ordinary brands fall apart.
Now where's that clear button?
Get
Get more done with one Bounty, the Project Picker Upper, America's #1 trusted paper towel.
Give me those sauces, grab the chicken strips, let's dump them in there. There's nothing like it. Hey, I'm Joey, and I'm Josh, and we're team members at a local Chick-fil-A. And a little thing you'll love about the Chick-fil-A chicken strips is dipping them in our sauces. My sauce is the barbecue sauce. We wanted to add sweet, tangy flavors. There's nothing like it. I love the garden herb ranch sauce, but if you want a little bit more kick on the spicy side, you can mix it with buffalo sauce. I want to get all those flavors from the sauce with my chicken strips. Dipping them in our sauces is perfection.
Real team members, paid for their testimonials.
Experience about Saturday's main event and evolution with on location in Houston, Van, Hospitality Partners, WWE, unrivaled access, unlimited service, unrivaled experience, on your package and on location, EXP.com/WWE. There is Lexis King, who last week
There you see the Florida Gators, Jeffrey Gums Jr., Tyreek Sapp of the football squad. Let's see how Myles does tonight. Collar and elbow. You want top first, like by King. Roll up.
People around him. King, though, has always been alone, possibly because nobody wants to do it. This matchup continued. Grace is sneaking around all day.
Myles Borne to get a roll. Rapid shot by the former Bearcat. Irish whip reversed by Borne. The corner goes King. Up and over goes Borne. Lands his feet. Gets the right hand. Drop kick. Superplex. 1, 2, no. No. In the corner. Slam nailed. 2, no. Get close to the eye. Swing and a miss. Super kick. Coordination blocked. I was born under the jaw, King. Gator chomp. Drops him and wins. What is with that? Alethea Bale up next.
Struggling with impossible messes in your tub and shower? Mr. Clean Foaming Bath Magic Eraser cuts through 100% of the grime that some sprays leave behind, and it replaces multiple cleaning products. Switch to Mr. Clean Foaming Bath Magic Eraser. Deliver on hot dogs and leave the heat to us. For a limited time, create your own house deck with new spicy creamy sauce, which happens to pair perfectly with a meal with the tea. All starting at just $12.99.
And their families may be entitled to receive a cash award from the estimated $30 billion in asbestos trust funds now available. Over $50 billion has been awarded already. If you have been diagnosed with mesothelioma or lung cancer caused by asbestos, call the number on your screen now. We have served victims of mesothelioma and their families nationwide for over 30 years. We have successfully recovered hundreds of millions of dollars for thousands of our clients. Even if a family member has passed due to mesothelioma, you may still be entitled to a cash award. So call now for a free evaluation. We want to help victims of mesothelioma and lung cancer and their families get the financial compensation you deserve from the estimated $30 billion in trust funds now available. If you or a loved one has been diagnosed with mesothelioma, call 800-454-8010 now or visit us at metsofund.com.
Really? Okay. You can use some Metamucil. Metamucil Sodium Fiber helps keep your digestive system moving so you can feel lighter and more energetic. Metamucil helps you move it. And try Metamucil delicious lemonade flavor. The ABSN continues all summer long. The ABSN Los Angeles, Saturday, July 12th at 18:35 Pacific.
Between an average morning and a hardest morning is hearty goodness that lasts till lunch, like our smoked sausages and Frisco breakfast sandwich. Goodness in the making. The best part of being in a two-bar road is when you're no longer in a two-bar road. Don't wait for that battery with up to 50% off when you're in shoes.
For those wondering who the new El Grande Americano is, it's a no-brainer. It's Ludwig Kaiser. The original is Chad Gable, but he's on the shelf with a separated shoulder, so he's not coming back for another couple of months at best. At worst, he's out for 4.
Don't miss the Queen Charlotte Fair. Here through July 5th. This year's fair is bigger than ever with twice the rides and twice the fun.
Located across from the Speedway.
Visit QueenCharlotteFair.com for tickets and more info.
When you're craving this much goodness, Hardy's all-new barbecue pulled pork fish fillet is 100% Angus beef and 16-hour slow-smoked barbecue pulled pork and a toasted sour belly. Hardy's pulled pork Frisco burger.
They tweet takeover Cape Jack. They say they seized $1.5 million in luxury cars used for illegal street
And it's against Laney Reed.
She claimed that she was going to be the one to beat Jason James, who was unable to do so. Tonight is going to be utmost important to show the rest of the world who Laney Reed truly is. Laney's looking to become the biggest, the largest man in NXT. So dance. That's to elaborate on that. The bell is about to ring and we're about to get underway. Between these two, and on the topic of James, she faces Jordynne Grace, WWE Evolution for the NXT Women's Championship in Atlanta, July 13th, right after the Great American Bash. Grace, is there a part of you that thinks she got the short end of the stick? Remember, she did. Jada, listen, I understand the frustration. Thea Hall right now is just unloading it. It appears as though Thea has had enough. Maybe she's tired of being overlooked. Hey, partner, let's call it in.
No. Bailey in the corner. Exposure blocked. Marie with a German. Bailey in control, going after the ear. Take to the guy. Irish whip. Back elbow.
Laney Reed now taking her time. And last week, Booker was Reed who said, Thea gets played like a fiddle. I'm sure you agree. She stepped in right off the rip. Call out, baby. Call out to the champs. This is UFC. This is UFC. We call out. I love it, man. That's what Laney Reed is all about. When we take a look a little bit deeper at Laney Reed and some of the comments she's made with call-outs to Booker's point, they created is Reed right with the things she has said about Thea Hale, specifically that she hasn't changed one bit since leaving Casey. Oh, take a look at this. Executed excellently into a cover hook, eliminating it somehow. Thea Hale
In trouble with that elbow. Maybe with that shoulder breaker. Misses the elbow drop by Bailey. Boot to the face by Thea. Arm breaker. Clothesline. What's Thea going to do here? Comes out the ropes. Swing neck breaker. Cover 1, 2. Nope. Henry kicks out. Thea Hale getting more and more pissed. Can't blame her. Bailey goes out of the ring. Shoulder to the rib cage. To the hip to the midsection. Nice kick. Thea counters. Looking for the Kimura. Blocked. One. Wait, Bailey got her feet in the ropes. Damn it, she's still. O'Connor roll. Couldn't get it all set. Couldn't get the leg clutch set. Boot to the face. 2. And this time, the ref doesn't catch it, and she steals it.
You were so close to being Tom last week, and selfishly, I'm glad you're so good.
Yeah, well, imagine having a face mask on all the time. You know what Jasper ended up doing to Javon? Wasn't that what you were meant to do, Tom? And you didn't, and look what happened. You lost, which just proves my point that you still need more time in the NQCC. Does it, Charlie? Yes, it does. Look, I'm not making no excuses. I lost. Cool. But you know what? I want the exact deal with Myles. A one-on-one match against you. And if I win, I'm out, dog. I don't think you want to do that, Tavion. That's going to be 2 losses in a row for it.
No, I think you got it.
Right. Thank you very much, Charlie. I can hear you. You're right next to me. Look, Tavion, you really want that match so bad? Fine. But here's the thing. When I win, this conversation we're having, it's not happening. Yeah.
Never tag me. Shit. Here comes Zaruka. As they get ready to take on Tatum Paxley and Izzy Dane.
Jack Daniels starts here. From pure cave spring water to the fires that create the sugar maple charcoal, where every drop is melted until it's smooth. Whiskey, whiskey, we all know. Made by those who pour everything into their drink. For those who drink it all over the world. That's what makes Jack. Jack.
It's not something we have, like, it's just some miracle, but it's just another razor. Gillette lamp ain't a miracle, but it sure as heck ain't my old razor. It's Gillette's shave. And we got the 30 shaves per cartridge, I'm spending less. Its ultra sharp blades last 50% longer and feel fresh time after time after time after time. Gillette lamps, the best a man can get. Keeps getting better.
It's like we told people Liberty Mutual customizes your car insurance so you only pay for what you need. The next time. I thought it was deeper than that. Only pay for what you need.
With the mix and same moderate to severe eczema is welcome the feeling of touch, clear skin, and less itch. The #1 prescribed by dermatologists and allergists helps heal your skin from within. Severe allergic reactions can occur. Get help right away for face, mouth, tongue, or throat swelling, wheezing, or trouble breathing. Tell your doctor of new or worsening eye problems like eye pain or vision changes, skin symptoms, joint aches and pain, or a parasitic infection. Don't change or stop other treatments without talking to your doctor. Ask your
man just almost all of them.
Why do we even
You can't do I need to push you back more? All the time. This is chocolate, right? That's just hard. You want to keep doing it on the cycle, learn the temperature, time works. So I can focus on having fun.
all of life's laundry questions? It's got to be time. The best things you can do to improve the look and performance of your car can be done for under $20 in less than 30 minutes. It's your body and living headlights with Cerakote's #1 best-selling ceramic headlight restoration kit in just 3 easy steps and without power tools. Just wipe, sand, and apply. It's that easy. Cerakote restores and protects, and for as long as you own your vehicle, it's guaranteed. You can trust Cerakote with over 60,000 5-star reviews. Don't wait until it's too late. Buy today for under $20.
Consumers Vital is ranked #1 in network coverage and customer satisfaction. Hi, I'm Linda House. You guys, it's way better coverage than I do. Sounds like Linda has you beat. Only in coverage. And plans start at $20. Call or visit Consumer Cellular to switch today. It's Knit. Knit was made with 9 clean ingredients and is good for your skin without leaving white marks or residue. 72-hour odor protection that cares for skin isn't a myth. It's Knit.
The NXT locker room lives in fear of Oba Femi. He's down. He's invincible. He's a titan. But did he look that way when he was in the
What up, Ashton?
The NXT champion barely survived. And now I'm only 1 match away from the rematch that I've been wanting. And I know Oba, he's rooting for Inamura because he knows what's waiting at the back. Keep my hand crazy.
That remains to be seen, Jasper.
You may be backed by destiny, but your destiny is mine.
But up next, but let's get back to the ring, and it's time. Because now we get the other half of our women's tag match. As here come Tatum Paxley and Izzy Dane, the latter of whom is part of the Calling. At this point, Izzy is at her most vulnerable mentally. Let's do it.
To me, she just riding with the coattails of Luca. And for some reason, she's trying to get
He didn't.
her best friends. Trust me, mark my words. Somewhere down the line, we're going to be talking about how did we see this coming? Sorry, it's
Luca trying to explain to Izzy, to Tatum, that Izzy is not her friend, and now they're shoving off. Here we go. Nice double team by Zarya and Ruka. Top waist lock by Ruka to Paxley. Oh, nice escape by Paxley. Chip up, target the clothesline. Dame nailed with a shot to the face. Nails Ruka with a shot to the face. Izzy, scoop slam. Ruka is in trouble.
champ on that night. We'll find out if JC Jane can be champion.
Yeah, I think Rhea Ripley left that night. In the corner, back elbow shot, tag made to Zarya. For those wondering, I have no intention of calling NXT Evolution, the women's Evolution event on the 13th. I just don't find it all that interesting. Cover 1, 2, and a kick out.
She has great intentions, Izzy Dane. Someone who tore the family apart. Someone who was able to manipulate a situation against John Spears, the North American Championship several months ago.
That's true. Time to close. Corey Graves, you're a fucking numbskull. 1, 2, nope.
I think Izzy Dane understands what this game is all about. Luca, can you help me out?
Great. I mean, that was a great soliloquy that you just put out right there.
SOLIL forget it. Who's my favorite tag team ever? WWF/E Addison. I guess the Hardys. Paxley with a crossbody. Cover 1, 2, and a kick out. Sorry, using your strength. Blind tag to Luca. Nice face buster. Start the clothesline. X Factor. Through the Dane. Surfboard time. It was cross body on the Dane from the to the outside. And Zarya press slams Paxley onto Izzy. Zaruka in control. We'll be right back. I hate these commercials.
We are thinking sandwiches again for lunch. What should I put you down? Oh, boundaries. They can be tough. Homeowners trying to get to their parents. Now, I'm going to go Remember, before the door closes, so conversation. Oh, yes, gotcha. Okay. Looks like the soup of the day. Progressive can protect you from becoming your parents. Protect your home. There you go. So, if you want to go Ruben, we can do a mix of that.
Every now and then I get a little bit tired of the things I took will never come out. That hot dog and make the heat to up. For a limited time, create your own pasta has a new spicy creamy sauce, which happens to pair perfectly with every meat with the tea. All serving at just $12.99.
New Swift Lux is made for small spaces. The upgraded strip has 75% more scrub. And with the new locking head, fitting into tight spaces is simple. The all-new Swiffer Lux to look all quick.
We've gone from being an adventure to a checklist. But the world is still full of wonder. We just need a better way to find
It's what you might think they know every trick.
Looking for jaw-dropping illusions?
Completely innovative, but it's just absolutely perfect. There's no doubt that you're full of stuff. And it's our boys this Friday, 8/7 Central on the CW.
We're back. And Zarya attacked me by getting the Paxley drop kick. Crashes in corner. In the corner is Zarya. As now the double team by Dame and Paxley comes into play. Zarya breaks free, ducks the clothesline, ducks the Inzaguri, goes for the German, back elbow shot, drop kick by Tatum Paxley. And now Zarya is trapped. Clothesline by Dane. I think Izzy's bleeding from the mouth. Choke slam. Now a rear chin lock. One, two, no. Sorry, trying to. DDT by Paxley. Tag made the Dane. Boot to the face. Roll through duck. Tag made. Here comes Ruka. Double clothesline miss on Dane, but connects on Paxley. Back elbow to Dane. Back elbow to Paxley. Goes underneath with a double sweep. Double drop kick. And a kip up by the champion. I mean, to Zarya. Or a blind tag by Zarya. Crushes Paxley in the corner. Up and over. Zarya's legal. 1, 2. Here comes Paxley to break it up. Knee face buster to Ruka. Paxley sling. Dane trying to fight it off. Gets loose. Code breaker. Izzy has no partner. Duck at the clothesline. Oh no! Paxley thinks Izzy and Zarya inadvertently spears Soul.
she's siding with. She's crazy like a fox, man. That's what this is. She's crazy. She's crazy. She's crazy like a fox.
And it's Sky High. Yeah, Mom. All right. We're meeting them at the sushi bar. Hokkaido. I can just have John drop me off there. All right. All right. And Izzy Dane gets the win with the Sky High and essentially has earned herself a women's North American title shot. But more importantly, the question is, has Tatum Paxley earned her place in the calling? Yeah, not happening, Ava.
A smidge of respect for the vanity. So these will only here to help you. Just in case you step out of line and I have to send you back to the hospital, we're here to protect you. Now, as far as this, please keep up with the times. I'll leave with the page. It's the North American champion, the greatest North American to hold it. And going forward, I will be dictating every single thing about this championship on my terms. Your terms are just like every championship that you're going to do. Hondos. Yeah. Hondos. Now, champion in a fantastic mood. So I'm going to give you an opportunity. You can earn a shot at this championship if and only if out of the Vanity Project Gauntlet. Gauntlet. Oh, you can't do. You can't do that. Well, I think no, we're cute, Slim Jim, but I don't mind fighting this little game, viewer. When I get to dictate the snippet.
That is a done deal. Next week will be Ricky Saints versus the Vanity Project. The Project Gauntlet match.
Great.
Easy. I know.
You're gonna crush those. This audience.
SummerSlam promo.
This is just good. WWE SummerSlam, August 2nd and 3rd. Individual and combo tickets on sale now. My oldest daughter, Camilla, she came out fighting. 2 days old, she had to have it open heart surgery. She's on 5 different medications. Me and the pharmacist got so tight. She said, but it's a lot of money. Staying that extra $2 a month. You do the math. The money we're able to save with using the RX, we're able to do all these extra activities. She did hard to for a little skinny thing. So it puts less stress on our household and it puts less stress on our bodies.
It's time to change the way you think about money. Me, pocket money. The Vanity Project. It's made of not blood. It's your real, not just your weak. And it absorbs money. Ready to go? When you go.
Sheets washed with downy, gentle, soft and fresh, for a subtle, delicate scent and softness. Downy breathes life into you.
The new Hot the Finger Dragon menu is now with BK. Double class. Old, tasty, and dangerously delicious. Hot the Finger Dragon, only in pieces. Freedom City. It's not. Don't miss the Queen Charlotte Fair. Here through July 5th.
This year is bigger than ever with twice the rides and twice the fun.
Located across from the Speedway.
Visit QueenCharlotteFair.com for tickets and more info. Travel can be a nightmare. Luckily, you rented your car on tape. Skip the rental car feature. Rent just about any car, just about anywhere.
Welcome to Take My Loyalty. Hey, come on, let's take a kind of a rush.
Oh, just 10 minutes.
10 minutes? Y'all are like,
Well-oiled machine.
I was gonna go there, but then it's so obvious. Take the save your car 10-minute oil change.
Do you keep up the trends or set your own?
Is that all that thing?
Launch on social. We're gonna take this. Look.
Introducing the business card that gives back all you put in. New Chase App Reserve for Business.
Hendry.
Celebrate summer at the Hendrick Summer Sales Event. Drive with 0 down, low interest rate. So payments for 90 days. New certified pre-owned. Shop over 30,000 vehicles now at hendrickcars.com.
Two best friends. That's your best friend, Dave. Got 50 seconds. I can't hear you. Go.
Oh well, let the fake friendly discontinue. Weeknights at 7 on WCCD Shoppers.
Saturday, the streets of Chicago are calling, and the NASCAR Xfinity Series is ready to answer with speed, grit, and edge of your seat action. Watch as the Windy City transforms into a high-speed battleground as NASCAR drivers start to take out one of the most iconic street courses in the world. Don't miss a second of the action. The NASCAR Xfinity Series from Chicago Saturday, 3:30 Eastern, 12:30 Pacific, only on the CW.
Time for tonight's NXT spot, presented by Progressive.
Or Chase University shit.
Reflecting on last week, Ryan, you made me realize it might be time for this old dog to listen to the truth. So, I want to apologize. Tough love is the only way that I know. But if it wasn't for you two, I would have never reopened Church University. When I heard Jill call out to me the day that I emptied out my classroom, in my darkest of days, felt a glimmer of hope. I don't want to lose sight. So, Kel, next week, I got you a single song. Hey, yeah. And while I know my methods aren't for everyone, I do want to be better. If you boys will allow. Mr. Chase, thank you. Apology accepted. Come on, bring it up. Bring it up.
Hey, Mr. Chase, it's never too late to grow. It's breaking those toxic patterns, you know what I mean?
Kel, you're right, I will be out there with you. Just promise that you'll listen to me and that you'll use what you've learned in the last few weeks to show them that you are. Can I say that?
I mean, 100%. You can say it. Just wait, you know, not act.
Okay. And show them that you are Chase Utah. Whoa, yes. You know, guys, I can only.
I'm more worried about whose opponent will be next week.
Smart enough and break free from Chase Utah is thinking shit. Johnny. I spoke about already what his answer would be. Kelly Kincaid is standing by with TNA wrestler Joe Hendry and Mike Santana.
Joe Hendry, you started the night off with a bang. You scored a victory over Wes Lee with surprise help from one of your opponents at Slammiversary. You. Mike Santana.
Mike, shit, you coming out and helping to take care of high rise. You and Nahans are 2.5 weeks at Slammiversary. But the reality is that we're united when it comes to putting TNA against guys like Trick and High Rise.
Well, from the desk of our GM Ava, you two will be teaming up next week to take on High Rise.
Oh, look, Kel, I don't think I'm going to get the invite to the Santana barbecue anytime soon. But you know what? That doesn't matter. We're completely different people, Bob. We do have one thing in common.
Hendry and
and it's a
Santana.
quest to bring back the TNA World Championship back to TNA. Well, as much as I believe, don't get too excited, that Joe's a cornball. He reps TNA to the max. But let me make something real clear to you, Joe. I'm going to be the one that's bringing the TNA World title back home where it belongs. So get ready for Slammiversary. That job is fit for one man. And you're looking.
Either way, Slammiversary is right around the corner. But first, the Great American Bash, which will play host to the contract signing for the TNA World Championship between these two men and Trick Williams. Back to you.
You got this. I believe in you. You're going to be the one to beat Oba Femi. You're going to dethrone the ruler at the Great American Bash. I got it. Almost of us. All right, let's go, brothers. I got this. Good luck, man. I believe in you. You can do it.
Time for our main event. Jasper Troy versus Yoshiki Inamura. The winner goes to the Great American Bash next Saturday in Atlanta at Center Stage to face the ruler for the NXT title.
Hits Atlanta with an unforgettable weekend. The Great American Bash kicks off the action while Evolution makes history. And in the heart of it all, Saturday night's main event featuring the return of the icon. Six shows, one very question. Connect episode is presented by Progressive Insurance. Save when you bundle
Yeah.
Visit progressive.com.
Jack Daniels starts here. From pure cave spring water to the fires that create the charcoal. Every drop is melted until it's smooth Tennessee whiskey. A whiskey.
Hey, Tweedledum. He is bad. I kind of like this.
Made by those who pour everything into their craft. For those who drink it. That's what makes Jack. Jack after game points. Then Brad showed up with game rinse and beans. So they mixed their scents. They discovered more segments. Smells like it's good. Mix, match, what have you?
And hot dogs. And make the heat. For a limited time, creator of pasta has a new spicy creamy sauce, which happens to pair perfectly with our new poutine. All starting just now. This Shetland Ultra Smooth Tear has wavy edges. It's no ordinary square. Charmin Ultra Soft has wavy perforations that taste so much better, with more cushiony softness. Enjoy the with Charmin.
Wounded Warrior Project empowers post 9/11 veterans and their families with life-changing programs and services.
I faced my PhD, and I'm a better husband and Hey, excuse me, do you think you
Chicken right, like a chicken dance right.
could set up the burgers after? I'm kind of chicken.
Cleaning your dog's teeth can be hard. But not with Greeny's dental treat. Greeny's, make out the treat. Also, try Greeny's dog food and toppers.
She brings me my boyfriend.
He's really sick.
After everything that man's done to us,
I took him out to help people. He's not too rough.
Tuesday, July 22nd, NXT will be live from Houston, Texas, home of Booker T. For 713 music hall tickets.
incredible victory tonight, ladies. Tatum, you are starting to look like a family. I saw the chemistry. It was good to see.
Congrats on your win tonight. You guys are looking pretty fast as I think. It's easy to do when your friend has you. I love that. Hey, sir, is that the American title? Isn't that incredible? It's about time. Tatum, I put
We can jump from behind us. We can be only up in stuff. Yeah, come on.
It had to have been Dark State, not The Calling.
I know my new friend would never do something like that. And if you two are still bad, we'll put those titles on the line next week. You guys are fine with that. You put the titles on the line next week. Also,
Guys, there is never a good moment for our general manager. Corey, are you ready for this? Some human demolition derby. I hope they reinforce the ring for this one because these are two heavy hitters. Yoshi Inamura, who is bold enough to step up in the face of Oba Femi and say, I want a shot. Inamura, unfortunately for Yoshi, Jasper Troy believes he has unfinished business as well. This was too close to call. But it dies. Jasper Troy, you know what he's thinking.
And Troy is in trouble early. Irish whip, and Femi sends Inamura into the corner. Inamura in trouble. Big clothesline by Troy. 1, 2, nope. Front face lock, or chin lock.
Story to be proud of, and a list of accolades
Clothesline by the champ, by Femi. Inamura won't go down.
Inamura able to settle in now, strategize a little bit better after weathering the early of Jeff for Troy. And speaking of the NXT champion, there you see Oba Femi looking at, and he will face one of the in Atlanta at the Great American Bash. And he's going to have to be ready for two absolute powerhouses as Inamura.
And now, Inamura with the headlock.
Just barely getting past Jeff for Troy.
Troy trying to push him off Inamura, not letting go.
Never seen a sumo train bit. It's unbelievable. I had the honor of being invited to a dojo many years back in Japan. And you want to talk about some intense, powerful training. These guys, I mean, some of them are strong enough to put cars. There's no exaggeration right there. And the boy just hanging on for dear life right there. That's the way I see it. I don't know what the hell you're talking about.
Inamura getting into a sumo stance. Charges. Oh, big tackle. Uh-oh. But he got caught the second time into a sidewalk slam. 1, 2. Nope. Irish whip. Duck of the back elbow shot. Clothesline over the top goes Troy. Inamura holds himself up. Amen. Or unacquitted. His message is public. Jordynne to hear information of Syria, which is coordination. Their war tactics were as wicked as they were wise. Nations fall, Solomon don't control from surrounding Judah's northern brother Israel on the side.
Basically, Charlotte.
Here's through July 5th.
This year's
Like,
fair is bigger than ever with twice the rise. It's
like
twice
so many years before that.
Located across from the Speedway.
Basically, CharlotteFair.com for tickets and more info.
The new message was sent defeated the innocent. Lord has left the guilty Assyria unpunished. There's no God. No good news left for his messengers publish. But Jensen, all the power and evil of the Assyrians. But will God intervene? Care of the wicked face of this violence and mayhem. So answer this questions with the good news. England, God sent to Judah the prophet Nahum. Nahum reminds Judah God is this. Shoulder tackle by Femi. Big splash crushes Inamura. And again. And again. To Moses. Nope. She homeless for his people. Merciful and be faithful. Yoshiki chants break out in the performance center. Power slam. 1, 2, not enough. Is slow to anger. He will not overlook evil. This gospel. The Lord will not leave the guilty unpunished. Going for a cobra twist. Moore gets out. Slams Troy into the ring post. Jack of the clothesline. Chop. Another chop. Another chop. And more chops by Inamura. Right hand. Right hand. Right. The soul of the sumo. Shoulder tackle. Troy won't go down. Gets caught. Black hole. 1, 2. No! Go for another splash. This time it gets knees to the gut. And now the palm thrust, sumo thrust into the chops and the right hands. Look at Inamura go. And again. This is going to be a big one. Big slam. Spinning body slam. Big splash! Got it! Inamura's going to the Great American Bash! There you have it. Our main event is set for the Bash on the 12th. Oba Femi will defend against Yoshiki Inamura. What a war! Huh? That's good news. By raising up the Babylonians. Serious. Wait a minute, Javon Evans going after Jasper. But up next, we're going to hear from Jordynne Grace, who will get AC Jane at Evolution. The answer is no. I will not leave the guilty unpunished. Continually appear.
The first few try bounce, your laundry feels way fresher, softer. So you start to wonder, should it bounce on the finance guy? Bounce can't do it all. Better laundry, Consumer Cellular, beat #1 in network coverage and customer. My friend Linda has you guys, it's way better coverage than I do. Sounds like Linda has you beat. And plans start at $20. Okay, let's do. Call or visit Consumer Cellular to switch today. Hand over that hot dog and make the heat to us. For a limited time, Create Your Own Pasta has a new spicy creamy sauce, which happens to pair perfectly with our new cuisine. All starting at just $12.99. Having service isn't the same as having and no mess. And even getting rid of the bugs you didn't know you had. For effortless protection everywhere in your home. Zito, people friendly, bug deadly. To catch up to twice the bugs, try Zito Max.
What did you think? Just saying. Not Lord Beerus. Next Tuesday, the calling go after Hank and Tank for the NXT tag titles. And it's a Vanity Project Gauntlet match. Can Ricky Saint survive Evolve stable of the Vanity Project before he gets his hands on Ricky Saint? We'll see. Also, Joe Hendry and Mike Santana battle Lexis King and the High Rise. Oh, battle the High Rise as a whole in a 3-on-2 handicap match. And Tavion Heights battles Charlie Dempsey. If Heights wins, he can finally leave the No Quarter Catch crew. Here comes Jordynne Grace. We finally get to hear from her.
I wanted to come out here tonight and be completely honest. Getting to this point is the hardest thing that I've ever had to do. Well, last week reminded me of something. It reminded me that I thrive under pressure. And the bigger the battle, the bigger the win. So now I'm about to walk into Evolution, a historic premium live event, not just for WWE, but for women's wrestling. And this time, I'm not watching from the sidelines. I'm a part of it. I'm going to make alongside the best women's wrestlers in the world. But for the sake of complete honesty, I have to do something that I'm honestly terrified of being. And that's vulnerable. Because I've been thinking a lot lately, asking myself, am I actually good enough to be here? Do I really belong in the WWE? And a lot of you know my journey. You know that I didn't grow up saying that I was born to be a WWE superstar. But I did everything I had to do in order to get here. I became someone that they couldn't ignore. Evolution, I'm going to beat JC Jane and remind myself of exactly who I am. Because I may not have been born to.
And here comes the fatal influence.
Jordynne, are you done with this incredibly pitiful sob story of yours yet? But I mean, congratulations on making it the absolute highlight of your entire career. And I know, I'm fully aware that you can bench press more than me, but you can't carry. In fact, you'll never carry this division the way I have. But by all means, continue flexing your muscles and hoping that one day a championship will just magically fall into your arms. But I can promise you, it won't be my NXT Women's Championship, and it damn sure won't be an Evolution. Because everyone wants to keep saying I'm the most beatable champion in history. But unfortunately for all of you and all you idiots, I'm at the top of my game. Yeah, you can all keep crying about it. Keep crying about it while I keep winning. And while I'm on this subject, it reminds me, you and Blake Monroe, you seem to be cut from the same cloth. You think you can just walk up in here and everyone's gonna bow down at your feet. But luckily for you, Fatal Influence will always be here to remind you exactly where you stand. Quick reality check, honey. At Evolution?
All right, Jesse, why don't you just do everyone here a favor? And shut up.
Thank you, Jordynne.
You shocked the world when you won the NXT Women's Championship. But I'm not going to surprise anybody when I beat you. At Evolution, I'm going to become the NXT Women's.
Jordynne Grace, they're going to stand her ground. Certainly, numbers advantage for Fatal Influence against the #1 contender for JCJ's Women's Championship. Look at JCJ delivering a minute. She was attacked in the same way 2 weeks ago. Here on NXT. Oh, yeah.
And Jordynne and Blake Monroe with the assist. Talk about a bitch slap to the Fatal Influence.
For Jordynne Grace, all the pressure is on her back when she faces JCJ.
But you gotta wonder, how can Jordynne Grace overcome 3-on-1 odds next Sunday? Tag match next week.
JC, calm down and listen to what I have to say. What I was going to say is, look, clearly you want something done about Jordynne and Blake. Luckily for you, yours truly is already 2 steps ahead.
Okay.
So, at the Great American Bash, it will be Family and JC Jane against the team of Jordynne Grace and Blake Monroe.
There's only something that's spoiling this for a damn site, but whatever. So that's actually good. If Jordynne and Blake can remove Fallon and Jakes and Jasmine from the equation, then JC's all alone next Sunday at Evolution. I can't show it, doofus. But we'll find out how things play out. Tune in next week, same time, same channel for me, The rest of the ABSN crew, comment, like, share, and subscribe. I'm Mets2128. Goodbye. Good night. Bang.